Welcome to the This One's For You tour. You're watching Margaritaville TV, and tonight we are in Atlanta, Georgia, where Jimmy Buffett and the Coral Reefer Band will be taking the stage here at Chastain Park Amphitheater. Jimmy hasn't been here in about 27 years, so we're all looking forward to having a show here tonight. I know he is, the band is. We got a few things in store for you before showtime at 8 p.m. tonight, so stay tuned. Those things that we have are an interview with Ruthie, who's the production rep who's local here. She's going to give a little insight on the venue itself, a little bit of the history, how it was built, when it was built. We also have some interviews with some Coral Reefer band members, and they're going to give you a little idea on what it's like to do these small venues with Jimmy that gets them all excited and pumped up, just like the rest of the band. So stay tuned for that. And don't forget our exclusive Bing and Bong show starring Jimmy Buffett and Michael Utley. It's backstage just before showtime, so we have all that and Jimmy Buffett and the Coral Reefer Band live at Chastain Park in Atlanta, Georgia tonight. Stay tuned. Thanks for watching Margaritaville TV. Fins up. Enjoy the show.
Hey, I'm Mac McAnally, and you're watching Margaritaville TV.
Hi, I'm Ruthie Marshall, and we're having a beautiful morning here at Chastain Park Amphitheater. I have been here at Chastain for 33 years. I am the general manager, operations manager, and production manager here at Chastain, although I started out as a runner. Chastain Amphitheater and the park itself was built in 1945 by Franklin Delano Roosevelt as part of his work jobs program created for veterans returning from World War II that could not find work. They're responsible for the stone and pretty much the basic structure, the band shell that you'll see up here. Some of the stone is new. Originally, it was just stone benches. In 1991, we added the benches in. We also added this stonework on the side, the towers above, and a hard roof. We used to have just a canvas roof on top, which was quite an adventure. It would collect water. One day we had a facility manager who had a grand idea to get the water out by shooting it with a shotgun. And sure enough, it did drain it. Although we weren't really sure what we were going to do the next time it rained. Chastain has been an Atlanta tradition since really, we were closed down in the 60s after an Allman Brothers Normal concert drove the neighborhood to distraction because we are right in the middle of a neighborhood. We reopened again in 1978 and have been producing shows in here ever since. Now, why patrons love it is on most shows you will have a table set up, and you'll have a table of 6 in the pit all the way up to row S. And we allow patrons on those dates to bring in coolers, picnic baskets, their own food and beverage, and really our concession stands are just to supplement what they brought. Over the years it had become quite a coup to have a table down in the pit, so much so that tables were argued over in divorce court of who was going to maintain, because you get to keep it year after year, who was going to maintain ownership of the table. Originally, we were able to have quite the event. People would bring their grandmother's silver and 4-foot-tall candelabras, but it is still quite the event to come to a show at Chastain. It's a different experience from anywhere else in the city, certainly, probably in the state, and I would venture to say on the East Coast. We compare ourselves often to a mini Hollywood Bowl because we have that same kind of vibe being so close to a neighbor. It is a natural stone bowl. So that's why it was chosen to be an amphitheater, because the original landscape itself lent itself for that. And we have over the years presented some really extraordinary talent. Jimmy Buffett was here 27 years ago, as was I. Eric Clapton has been here several times now. Allman Brothers, Widespread Panic, of course Zac Brown, all of our Southern favorites, but Peter Gabriel and Bob Dylan, and just a real eclectic group of artists who could very well play larger venues choose to play here because of the experience that it gives to the patron as well as to the artist. When they're in a bigger venue, sometimes they don't get to see the guy in the back, and here you can see the fool that's dancing with no shirt on the tables back there. So it's quite a different venue. We love it. We're really happy that Jimmy Buffett has scaled this production down just to suit this venue, so it won't be the same show you see everywhere else. This show is tailored just to Chastain, and only the people that come to Chastain are going to be able to experience this.
What's it like being back at Chastain after 27 years?
Man, it's a blast because of the fact that, you know, it's such a small audience compared to what we are accustomed playing for now, that I believe that we will have such a great, great vibe with everybody so close up under us, and I think that they're in for a big, big surprise to hear what we're going to do tonight for them.
I feel, you know what, I feel very young, just like it was yesterday. It was only 1988. I think that was the year. I think Tim Krekel was still in the band, and there were no seats. It was just lawn, and then there were tables with candelabras, people eating dinner. It's a big difference, but coming in here felt the same. So no, it's nice to be back.
This wonderful afternoon is my first time at Chastain Park, and it's kind of mystical. Got a little bit of mist and humidity, had some rain recently, so yeah, I feel like I'm in a magical forest. It's great.
What's it like to play these smaller theaters with Jimmy and the Coral Reefer Band?
Well,
how is it different? How is it better? What do you like about it?
Well, you can hear better as far as being on stage. Even though I'm 28 years older, whatever it is, 24 years older, I can, no, it's more intimate on stage. And also, you can see the people, their expressions a lot more clearly, especially since I have eyeglasses now. I needed them back then, but I didn't have them, no.
Now, what's interesting about this venue is that because it's a little bit smaller, it is more intimate, if you can say that. You can see everybody, you can see all the way up to the last row. The acoustics are very different from most of the venues. I think it's probably designed maybe originally for an orchestra, so it's the kind of thing where even if we weren't as loud, they'd be able to hear us way in the back. So I'm pretty excited, actually. I'm anxious to see what the difference in this venue and actually where we usually play, which is 4 times this size for audience. But it's going to be great.
Do you have a different kind of energy or feel a different energy in a venue like this, or something that's more of an intimate theater? What's it like compared to those big amphitheaters and stadiums?
Well, it's just, it's easy. You're more with the audience because like I said, you can feel them a lot more. It's like when we play in Paris at the Olympia or at the La Cigale. You get lost in the amphitheaters a lot of times. But no, it's nice. It's nice to be back in a small venue.
Yeah, it gives a different kind of energy because we get, everybody's there. We know that everyone there is very close to us. So we get a real good feel for actually throwing the music out. I mean, in the big shows, of course, it's so big sometimes can't even see the face on the lawn. Right here now, we could actually kind of see a lot of people on the lawn, so that makes a big difference and get the vibe coming from everyone.
Well, first of all, I have to make sure that everything's tucked in where it belongs.
That is correct.
Because with everybody up this close, you never know. You don't want any wardrobe malfunctions or but no, I don't think there's much difference in a mindset, but looking forward to seeing more faces. It'll be a much closer, more familiar type venue. I'm comparing it also to places like where I live, maybe like Santa Barbara Bowl or the Greek Theater. You get an extra element of the plant life, the closeness of the natural amphitheater.
What do you expect from the Atlanta crowds when you tour with Jimmy and the Coral Reefer Band? What normally do you expect to see or feel from an Atlanta crowd here in Georgia?
Well, the energy is so great. I mean, we ever since we've been playing like the other bigger venues. We really see these people come all dressed up in their outfits, and all who just having fun in the parking lot. Actually, we see them because we walk around and see what's going on. Here we can't walk too far, but right now, you know, we just can't wait to push this energy out.
In smaller venues, we do tend to feel more relaxed. And of course, we're taking our cue from our fearless leader, who is usually more relaxed. And that kind of sets the tone for the rest of us. I think that in smaller venues, we tend to be able to see the reaction of the crowd, and we can play off of that. So, not that we can't see in the larger venues, but it depends on the lighting more, because obviously people are far away. So, in songs like Fins, where the lights sweep all the way back to the far back, we can actually see the far back, but the people are about this big, as we are probably to them. But in these smaller venues, like when we're in Paris or Belly Up, you're really watching the faces and the excitement, and we're exchanging back and forth the energy. We're feeling it from them, they're feeling it from us, and so yeah, there is more of that, and because of that, it is more relaxed, I think.
Ready for tonight?
I'm ready, except that I have some new shoes to try on. Haven't worn them yet, but more on that later.
Looking forward to the show?
Oh yeah, always. Atlanta, one of the hotbeds of Jimmy. In fact, 1973, I saw Jimmy at the Great Southeastern Music Hall with a friend of mine. We went down after, I was working with someone else at the time, and last set on Saturday night. Not too many people in the audience, and to think of what it's become, it's an amazing, amazing feat that he's done. We're all real lucky.
Hi, my name is Peter Mayer, and you're watching Margaritaville TV.